So your house is like Fort Knox. You've had to really
Yes.
bolt it up to stop him from escaping.
And even that's not enough. He's getting taller now, so he can reach the chain that we put up, and that's how he got out the first time.
And where does he go when he gets out?
He is obsessed with the mailbox near my house. He likes to go there because he likes to check the mail. And so usually he goes there, but recently he goes to our community center near our house, the housing center, to get inside because they've got cookies. So
yeah, it's about half a mile from our house.
And he goes on his own?
Barefoot. And
at night?
Yeah. Barefoot too, and it's like, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So have you told the local police about him and
No, there are a lot of people in our neighborhood who know that, you know, a kid with autism lives. So.
We live on a military base, so...
Yeah, there's fences, and we know we're going to find him because he likes to go to certain places, and he stays there until he can get in and explore. So
that's frightening.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's really scary.
I have not been able to get a locator device for him yet, or some, you know, a wristband.
And why is that?
I've tried a couple of times, but because we live on base, they said the county has to do it, and the county says no, the base has to do it because they're government, you know, military. I'm Tara McMillan.
Remember her, guys?
Yeah, we've been.
Let me just give this lovely lady a hug. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Thank you. I love you.
Tell Fiona I said hi.
I will. Thank you.
All right, so here it is. Lovely to meet you, and thank you for all your support you've given all of us for a great many years, really.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a life change for everybody. You know, once your child is affected, your whole life changes, and you just have to work with your child. It's not like you can pretend it didn't happen, although there's a lot of people that do that because they don't want to get involved with the flack that they're going to get from other people. It's a tough choice, but I don't see any other way around what we have to do. We have to fight.
And you fight very well. If you don't know her, try very hard to make her your friend on Facebook. Alright, so let's hear your story.
Well, I believed in vaccinations only because everybody else did it, you know, and it wasn't really something that I thought about. They just do it at the hospital when your baby's born, and, you know, when you go to the well baby checkups, and both Hannah and Naomi both had their shots, and then we had Isaac, and he got his Hep B the second day of life. He turned blue in the hospital, and I shook him. He was okay after that. I went and told the nurse, and she just thought that I was being overprotective, you know, don't know what I'm talking about. And we went home 2 months later. He got more shots. He was sick. I took him to the emergency room because I didn't know what was wrong with him. He had a high fever. He was very lethargic. And they said, oh, here's some Motrin. He'll be okay. You know, take him home. 4 months, same thing. 6 months, same thing. Shots, and then within a week we were in the emergency room because he was sick again, and I didn't know why, and I didn't connect it at all with his shots because I didn't know. And, you know, I only knew this 2 years later. It took me 2 years to figure out his medical record. This happened because I didn't, as it was happening, I didn't, you know, think, oh my goodness, you know, it's the shots, because I didn't know. So when I read the book, Evidence of Harm,
David Kirby.
I read that book and I was horrified because here we were, like, I wonder if this happened to Isaac. And like the same day I was reading the book, I went back in his medical record, and there was a shot, and he was sick, and it was like a pattern of sickness after every shot. And I told my husband, I'm like, this is what happened to Isaac, because all this time he was sick and we didn't know why. And when he was 17 months old, he got 7 shots in one day, which is 10 vaccines. That was his load that day. And he developed encephalitis within a week, within a month. We don't really know when exactly, but his head just got really big. It would look like he had a hydrocephalus. And we didn't know what was wrong. We went to the doctor. He got an MRI. They said it was Chiari malformation. So we assumed that, okay, this is something he was born with. We can deal with this because we know what it is. Well, then a year after that, we did a scan to to make sure that the Chiari was okay. He never had Chiari, they said. And I'm like, well, why did he never have Chiari? What caused his brain to be so big? And that's when I started researching, and that's when I found out that he had that many shots in one day, and that the rest of his medical record, there was a pattern that he had suffered injury after every shot, and we just didn't know. And the doctors didn't know, and they didn't ask. They didn't think to ask. There's a lot of people just like us. They're kids. I've met them in the hospital, in emergency rooms, and I said, you know, it could have been the shots, that your baby is sick because of the shots. Oh yeah, they just had the shots today, but it can't be the shots. It can't be the shots, you know. I've met people like that. I've met people in the hospital, in emergency rooms, and you don't know that it's vaccine injury because there's not that many doctors that are going to say, oh yeah, it's vaccine injury, here, let me sign my name to this so people will know that I think vaccines are bad. You know, they're not going to be willing to put their name on anything or help. We went to 5 doctors, and I asked them, look, my son has, it's in his medical record, give us a vaccine exemption because he needs one, he doesn't need any more shots. And they said, you know, we're not going to get involved because we don't want to mess with that. So he does not have a medical exemption. He only has a religious exemption for the state of Virginia. All the rest of our kids have religious exemptions, so we want to keep him safe. He doesn't need any more vaccines. We homeschool. There's no reason for him to have any shots because I don't want to risk injury for him. And
so what has his damage meant to him? What's life like today for him? How old is he now?
He's 10. He's going to turn 11 in January. He's nonverbal. He hasn't spoken since he got his shots.
Yeah, he used to talk before the.
Do you remember? Are you older than him?
Yes, I am.
You're older, so I know I said that's stupid.
We live in constant fear that he's going to escape our house.
So he does. He's escaped.
He has actually. The past few weeks, it's been.
It's
been
escalating.
Doing it, yeah, and because you know it hasn't happened in so long that when the first time he got out, we were all freaking out because he hasn't done it in a while. But he actually has been getting out recently. But it is kind of scary. It's very testing because it's like you're thinking, you know, we're gonna find him because we always do. And I know that he's scared and that he won't go out of the village, but you never know, you know. So it's kind of like
do you have a picture of him?
Yeah.
I have one on my phone.
And so how old are you?
I'm 14.
And she has an older sister.
And a younger sister.
Do you remember the days when he did speak?
No.
Because you were little.
Yeah, he's never really
He said words. He said about 10 words. He was always delayed because after every shot, it did damage, and we just didn't know. People said, "Oh, boys are slower than girls," you know.
Have you guys all stopped vaccinating now?
Oh yeah.
Do you get put under pressure?
Yeah, my friends sometimes ask me, you know, like, I gotta go get my shots, you know, when did you get yours for the 6th grade? So I'm like, we don't do that, and, you know, I tell them, you know, because my mom and my brother got hurt, and so we don't do that, and I just don't think that's healthy, and they're like, okay, you know, they think it's normal, because, you know, their parents are like, you gotta get your, they think it's normal, and I'm like, it's hard to explain it to them, you know, because I don't want to, I don't know, one time, a parent came up to me, and they're like, did you tell my daughter this? And I'm like, yeah, I did, and because that's just what I believe, and she's like, I don't want you talking to my daughter about that anymore, please, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Seriously?
So, yeah, so it was kind of like,
how old were you when
probably 12 or 11, yeah, a few years ago, so.
You need to stay away from that mother. Seriously,
yeah.
That's a scary.
It was kind of like awkward because I'm really good friends with that girl. So
Yeah,
it was
it's not the girl's fault.
Yeah, and so, because she was interested in it, and I was like, yeah, my brother, he got hurt, and that's why he has autism, that's why he doesn't speak, because she was asking questions, and I was explaining it to her, and she's like, you know, really, you know, she was like surprised, but she's like, maybe I shouldn't, you know, but then she went to her mom, and her mom came to me, and so I just, you know, okay, that's fine, whatever you want, you know, you're her mom, so.
Oh, you're good. I would have lost my temper. You're a good-natured
I have a picture of him. I have a Snapchat, so the filters, and it's funny because he's got a beard. So that's Isaac.
Did you draw that on him?
No, it's a filter, so it's
Snapchat has.
like he put it on his face when
Okay.
he took a picture. He loved it. He was like smiling. He loves to take pictures. He poses. He's like a little supermodel.
Oh,
Yeah, that's him.
that's cute.
And here's another, but he's the phone is all cracked because he likes to take my phone. And
Throw it down the stairs.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
so
So you live on a military base?
yeah, it's the safest place actually right now, especially since he's been
Which is
escaping.
kind of scary considering my dad might be retiring soon, and so we're gonna have to live off of base, and we don't know how that's gonna work with Isaac.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to this wandering wristband type thing. Do you have to have approval from the military for your child to wear that, or is this about money?
About for
Why has he not got a tracker on him?
we had one last year. It didn't really work. It was too big. It was something that you wear around your belt, like in a belt. It didn't work. Because it's Project Lifesaver, that has to do with the county, and the county says the base has to do it. So I just need to find the right person to talk to, because every time I talk to people, they get kicked back, and
Brushed off.
you know, we need something that's not. The helicopter doesn't come. We need something that we know exactly where he's at that time, so we can just go get him. Not something that they call a helicopter and you have to find him, because that's partly what Project Lifesaver is. So
Okay, well, I think everyone here is going to be praying for you guys.
thank you. Yeah, we
Because that's
we
frightening.
definitely need it, because it's PTSD for any autism parent. Because if their child is not where they're supposed to be, or they're always on alert, that they could be outside or they could be in danger.
He's so smart. He figures out how to get out
Yeah.
so easily.
It really does rack your nerves, because you gotta, every 5 minutes you gotta, where's Isaac at? He's right over there, or he's not, or he's escaped. We had to put locks on all the windows, because he opens the windows and
gets out that way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Even on the second floor,
Well, if there's anyone that can help or has any bright ideas, then can I contact you on Facebook?
Yeah.
What's your Facebook page called?
I think it's Mike and Tara McMillan.
Mike Jeremy.
Yeah. Mike, Tara McMillan, yeah.
Okay, thank you for telling the story.
Yeah.
Truly, and thank you for all the work you do. Seriously.
Thank you.